My name is Sibusiso. My surname is Nyamakazy. I'm originally from the Eastern Cape province, but I was bred in the streets of Cape Town. I spent most of my life in Philippines. Philippine Music Project is basically professional recording studio in a shipping container. It is a social innovation lab that developed from the UCT School of Graduate. Our finding was that there was no professional recording studio in most townships, especially the Cape Flats of Cape Town. So what we did was sit down and did a market research. Our discovery was that so many young people were into electronic music and hip hop music, but they had no infrastructure. So that's where the idea of rather building a studio in a shipping container that will be basically a tool for them to be able to get empowered. There's all types of things that you can put in shipping containers, and it depends on how you wish to turn it or how creative you are when you've got one. It can be a box and it can be something else. We turned it into a studio. Hell, that's innovative. Nobody can do that, and I believe that is something that we can use to influence other bigger stakeholders and role players with. We don't want to have a co-working space, but we want to have a capacity building space. So this is where we'll be hosting some of the master classes will be about the music industry, about the music business, about music marketing. But we also look at airing documentaries, for societal development reasons. So it won't just be about music, but mostly we'll be using music as inspiration and as a tool to facilitate social cohesion. A good example will be that I'm from Philippines. Baptiste is from France. When I met him, he was a student, an exchange student at the UCT's Graduate School of Business. And he was there for education, for social innovation. There was no reason for us to talk about anything. He was a student, I wasn't a student. But as soon as I mentioned music and he mentioned music, we started getting interested in each other. So that's a very good example of how music is able to connect people. I mean, look at Black Coffee being featured in a Drake song. Somebody that's like a world icon, And Black Coffee, I mean, he's growing, but he's from South Africa at the end of the day. Look at the club scene in Cape Town. Most people who perform in the club scene in Cape Town are from the townships, and they entertain people. And it's vice versa. Sometimes people come all the way from town just to visit us here for music purposes. So I believe like music has got that way already. And if we can explore it further, we can use it to bridge the many gaps that and divides that the society will live in submits to. Yeah. It's the same South Africa that in the 80s did not allow you to prosper because of the color of your skin. The color of your skin was your sin. But right now, there's just so much happening, and I'm happy. Of course, it's very small ratios, but I'm happy. I'm happy that some people are able to get breakthroughs, and that's the beauty, that's the power of music, that it's got that ability to affect us, and just take us to another world, another galaxy, where we are equal, where we're just one, For instance, our initial idea was to just do a mixtape, sell it online, or sell it to corporate, and whatever the proceeds, give them to the aspiring musicians. But then we realized that we'll give them money, and what's going to happen then? The other idea was talking to Red Bull, like, Red Bull, come on, help us. We've got these aspiring musicians want to do an album. Can you help us record? They said, yeah, we've got the studio, but what next? And then we realized that, that's like giving someone fish. Of course they'll have fish, but that's tomorrow what's going to happen, when you're not there, So that's when we're like, okay, let's look at the gap. The gap is that music is divided into three spheres. There's music talent. They've got the talent, they've got the abilities. You don't have to come from the greatest riches to be creative or to be talented in music. But talent, is it enough? It's not enough. Then there's the music business. How do we make sure that there are role players in this independent artist era? As long as you can share your thing in the internet with people right now, you can make as much money as possible, as long as you know exactly who your market is and work as much as you can. which is another thing. And then there's the music industry. An industry is a sphere where one product is being pushed. Everybody wants to be heard. So the idea of PMP has circulated around those three spheres, ensuring that they are able to make sure that they succeed in all three of them. So that's the term, that we don't just give fish, but we also teach how to fish. Yeah. Baptiste always says, see the beauty, share the love. And that is our motto, that is what we live by. We just, in young people, we see what people don't see, we see potential. So see the beauty and share the love.